Group A looked at the start of the day, both sides having played one which they won. Now, this was the toss. The West Indies won it, and straight away they decided to bat. And here are the two teams for you. Both sides very strong in the batting department, with the West Indies depending upon their familiar battery of quicks for bowling supremacy. Watch out for Anil Kumble. The contest between him and Brian Lara, mouth-watering. So it's the West Indies to bat first, and in the commentary box, Sunil Gavaskar is with Richie Beno.
There was criticism of the Indian fielding the last time they played. I don't think it will have abated from that little effort at mid-on.
That's right, Richie. I think Ashish Kapoor a little late to dive. Very firmly struck by Richie Richardson. I don't think Richie Richardson actually expected to get too many runs out of that, but he's got 4 now.
Too wide. Gives us a chance to gauge the pace of the outfield, which is fast.
So you just cannot afford to give bit to the batsman on a flat wicket like this. And there has been a lot of talk about Richie Richardson's form, but he certainly is striking the ball very well today.
Good placement. Once again, the fast outfield ensures that'll be a boundary.
All the good work that Manoj Prabhakar had done earlier in the over coming to naught with that short pitch delivery and a little bit of width, which has allowed Campbell to break free. And West Indies move on ahead.
And he's gone. First blood to India. Srinath has done it. 11 players on the field cavorting around, and around about 30,000 spectators. 16 for 1 West Indies.
Yes, and I think part of the joy is not just the wicket, but also that Brian Lara should be coming into bat. Sherwin Campbell too close to play that shot, dragging the ball onto his stumps. The West Indies are 16 for 1.
And then on your screen has just been given a standing ovation coming out. Certainly works the other way, but everyone wants to see Brian Lara here at Gwalior. Nice placement by Richie Richardson. Prabhakar. That's delightful stroke. Nice timing. Just to give you an idea of how hard the pitch is, when they were putting the stumps in, it took 20 minutes to get the stump holes made, and they have to water them then. That's why the stumps will be belted out of the ground. And now they're asking, and the umpire is also asking. It would be the anticlimax to end all anticlimaxes. Lara racing to make his ground at the striker's end. Richardson has caught with the single. Lara was slow to move. Took a while to get rid of it. Took a while to get rid of it, and that was the reason Lara's not on his way back. Beautifully bowled. It's given him. Lara's not going to like that very much. There may be a very good reason he won't like it when we have a look at the replay. If I say he's reluctant to leave, I don't think that's an overstatement.
Yes, he certainly is dragging himself off the wicket there. And the Indians going up very, very confidently right from the time the ball lodged in Nayan Mongia's gloves, and umpire Khizar Hayat raising the finger to signify that Brian Lara is out. And that's an important wicket for India. West Indies 24 for 2.
Shivnarine Chandapal, player walking out onto the field now.
And Azharuddin on the attack. That's a nice shot from Shivnarine Chandapal. He impressed in Australia. He got better and better as that tour went on.
Certainly is a very promising young batsman, Shinarayan Chandrapal. Look at this shot. Right foot right to the pitch. Bat flowing through the line of the ball. Absolutely nothing wrong with that shot at all. Beautifully played.
Big shout. I guess they figured that they've got one decision out of umpire Keezer Hyatt. Why not try for two?
On this occasion, Srinath wasn't one of the fielders or one of the players that went up. You can see Srinath's reaction. He didn't bother to go up. He didn't realize that the batsman had missed. But Mungia, very high indeed.
That's an excellent shot. Once you beat the field, it's away to the boundary. It's 40 for two. Lovely placement there from Chandrapal. It's 47 for two.
Well, that's well bowled. Well, there's one thing that is certain, and that is that Srinath will be very happy with the way he's gone. Right from the word go today, he's got the ball to move around off this wicket. That one just moving fractionally away towards the slip cordon. That's well played. He's got it over the infield, and that'll go all the way down to the fence for four. Well, that's the first shot that's been played in the air, and it also brings up the 50. That was purposely hit over the infield, and so you can see the West Indians now have decided to push it on a bit.
Well, the man at mid-wicket is in a catching position, and here Sharbin Chandrapal has picked his spot. Moment to Venkatesh Prasad. Angled that delivery towards middle and leg. He was quick to pounce on that.
That's a magnificent shot. He's pulled that one away. It wasn't that short. Again to mid-wicket. That's the second shot that he's played in that direction. Another boundary this time to Chandrapal. 5-4 so far. Again, short outside off stump, and a big weight aside the stumps. Well, the Indians hitting the stumps today. Chandrapal was comfortably home, but another direct hit.
Well, Chandrapal here pressing the brakes just in the nick of time, because it went to the best fielder in the Indian team, the captain, and he doesn't miss many. But luckily for Chandrapal, he came back pretty quickly.
Well, that's well played. Beaten the fieldsman, and that'll go for four. Now, that's a better Richie Richardson cut. He couldn't quite get it away firmly enough square, so he simply let the ball come and nudged it away fine. Much better shot.
Absolutely right, Tony. He was trying to hit the ball too hard in the previous over, but here he waits on it, and at the very last minute dabs down on it. The man at short third man had absolutely no chance.
It's the run rate. It's nudging up towards four. Oh, he swept that one away nicely, and it's going down to square leg, and that'll go for four. That's beautiful timing. Well played. 9 runs from that over. The West Indies 78 for 2.
Just to the left of that water sign at the far end, you'll see a gap in the trees. You may think that's natural, but conservationists will be unhappy to know that it's man-made. Good running by Richie Richardson. Yes, that gap at the far end is put there specially by the people outside the ground on the balcony in the distance, and they had their own men in the trees just before the start of the game hacking away, just to give them a decent look at it. Got him. And every person in the crowd on their feet, very, very close to that line. Almost nothing in it, just a matter of a foot or so, but still safely taken.
Richie Richardson didn't quite get hold of that one. Was looking to hit it right over the boundary, looking for the big six. Didn't quite make it, and Camley took a good catch. And he is happy. It's now 9-2 for 3.
Roland Holder, the man coming out now. Into the 25th over, almost on the halfway mark. And Roland Holder, who's had some form recently and has kept his place in this West Indian side. And all the turmoil that's been out there, he's coming in at a crucial moment. Well, that was the one wide outside the leg stump, so it's 4 wides. Not plan A.
Well, a few bad balls bowled by Kumble. Giving away 4 runs. But he might console himself with the fact that he still has 2 balls to bowl to Roland Holder.
And he's done it with that flipper. He's skidded that one at him. Holder has tried to give himself a bit of room for the stroke. It looked to me as though he got a very, very thick bottom edge down onto the stumps, but now there's a problem for West Indies.
Certainly is. That was well set up, I think, by Anil Kumble. Bottom edge onto the leg stump from Roland Holder. West Indies lose their 4th wicket on 9-9.
Roger Harper is the new batsman. Player of vast experience, though his career's been a bit up and down. That'd be evidenced by his average there of 16.64.
And this is why Roger Harper has to come to the wicket. Roland Holder not quite reading this delivery from Anil Kumble. Short, looking to play it away onto the offside, but it's the one that rushes onto the bat. Slipping in towards him from just outside off stump. You can see not much spin on that delivery at all. The ball was meant to go straight on. Inside edge onto the leg stump.
Off spinner, Ashish Kapoor, who looked pretty good to me. Looks like he gets a lot of overspin on the ball, turns it a little as well. And he's got one straight away. Not with a ball he'll want to write to his nearest and dearest about, but has produced the 5th wicket, a total at 99, and Chanderpaul will be livid at that.
Azharuddin always a very dangerous man in that short mid-wicket position, whether the ball is on the ground or in the air as this one was. Very good catch. Wasn't a particularly good delivery, but another wicket goes down for the West Indies. Still on 9-9.
The World Cup cricket action is hotting up.
And that's it. England win.
A victory for Atherton's Lions. And with the Dutch up next, they'll only be thinking of celebrating. England play Holland tomorrow at 3:45 a.m. live on Sky.
99-5, West Indies in serious trouble here. It's not going to affect the massive crowd in here. Tremendous atmosphere at this ground. To tell you more about that and to continue the commentary, Tony Gregg, and with him is Sunil Gavaskar.
Thank you, Richie. Yes, they really are enjoying this now. The Indians have got themselves right on top in this match. 2 quick wickets, vital wickets at that. First, Richie Richardson, the captain, and then Shivnarayan Chanderpaul. What a good catch that was too. Mohammad Azharuddin is setting a tremendous standard. His side has received criticism for the standard of their fielding. And have a look at this catch. Whipped away on the onside. Azza went a long way to catch that one. And up he came with the ball, and that's what matters. One played straight down to mid-on and a fumble. Well, Azza will be giving him a rollicking. He really has set a high standard, Azharuddin. He's hit the stumps direct once, and he's taken a magnificent catch, and he doesn't need too much of this.
Well, luckily, there wasn't an extra run from that fumble. But Azhar must have given him a bit of a stare. Azhar himself a superb fielder in any position.
Courtney Oswald-Brown on strike at the moment and flicking that one away nicely to mid-wicket. They'll settle for one. Desperate fielding. That's well done, and a big cheer. Yes, they're getting behind their fieldsman. Kapoor to the fieldsman.
Well, yes, a few wickets going down quickly can always raise the standards because the players are enthusiastic. Don't let their heads drop, and that's another fine example of the Indian effort today.
That one's short, wide of Kapoor. They'll get to this time round. In comes the throw. Sidhu back on the boundary at mid-on. Oh, and that one didn't bounce either.
Venkatesh Prasad has come on very well over the last season or so. Was a good leg cutter. You can see him rolling his fingers over the seam. That's what had the batsman playing down the wrong line.
Well, no boundary off the bat for 13 overs now. It was a 4 wides, but boundaries have been very hard to come by, and that's very well fielded again. And Tendulkar backing up really well too. Well, don't tell me Mohammad Azharuddin has gone and done himself any damage out there. That was a brilliant bit of fielding. He went down obviously on his knee. But just watch this. Full length he was. And got rid of it straight away.
What's more important, of course, the way Tendulkar backed up to prevent the overthrows.
Good bit of fielding here. Roger Harper looking to go straight down the ground.
And it's come off the bat, I think. It's very quick work there by Mongia. He can't believe that it's been turned down, but that looked as though it got a bit of the bat.
Well, I think we'll have to take a very close look at this here. Pushed down the leg side. Well, not too sure exactly what it hit there, but it certainly did hit something on the way through.
That's not quite timed, but it's hit to the right area, away from the fieldsman.
Pretty big gap out there between the man at long on and the man at the straightish mid wicket. Roger Harper found it.
Very aggressive in the field, the Indians. They've obviously worked hard on that aspect of the game.
That was a very good delivery there from Srinath. And I think the experience he had playing in England last year, Ian, is what has made him pitch the ball up quite a bit more. This was good fielding here, but Harper was safe. Well, this is Srinath's delivery, looking to turn Roger Harper around. That slightly outswing movement that he got.
The crowd, it's pretty well a capacity crowd here at Gwalior. They've come along in a very festive atmosphere. And Roger Harper sends Kapoor on the way with a 6 at the end of his 10 overs. West Indies 138 for 5. Light starting to disappear here now at Gwalior. Around about 5:20 local time. The lights not taking effect yet, but they're certainly well and truly on. Have been for an hour or so. Oh, well bowled. Yorked him. Beautifully bowled.
Very dangerous man, this Anil Kumble. Not very wise to be looking for boundaries off this man. That was a beautiful delivery. Yorked right under the bat, right in line with the stumps. When you miss, I hit. It's 141 for 6 to West Indies.
Otis Gibson strides to the crease. He's quite a powerful man. Struck the ball quite well on occasions in the World Series competition. You see his best score there of 52 at the Gabba. And that was some pretty powerful striking in that innings. That is well and truly smacked into the crowd.
That was a powerful blow. Otis Gibson, the man playing the shot. No way you could say it was a slug either. It went very straight. Just played through the line of the ball, kept his eyes on it, and hit it very, very straight indeed. Right beside the side screen, or rather over the side screen.
It's a natural way to get off the mark with a 6. Everybody does it. It's 148 for 7. I'm interested in what you say about the West Indies team not being able to make a decision to go to Colombo, Michael, even if they don't get the 2 points here and then suddenly decided that they wanted to change their mind. You say that they can't go to Colombo because it's a board decision. I was always taught that it is better to beg forgiveness than seek permission. Just turn up in Colombo and play the match, and it's a bit late for the board then.
Not always very wise to do that, Ian. I can think of a couple of occasions and situations where it's not the right idea.
Oh, and another one. So the furniture is being disturbed regularly here.
Kumble again sneaking under the bat of another West Indian batsman. Yorker length straight through. Otis Gibson looking to hit straight, but left that gap between bat and pad. The 8th wicket goes down for 149.
Curtly Ambrose just strolling out to the middle. This has been a commanding performance by India. And they're not leaving with the umpires with much work to do lately. It's 3 batsmen in a row who have been bowled. Anil Kumble doing a terrific job here at the pavilion end. And this is his latest victim, Otis Gibson. Gibson playing for the leg break, and it went straight on, crashing into off stump. So that was the end of Otis after he clouted a 6 down the ground. West Indies in deep trouble as Ravi Shastri and Tony Gregg move into the commentary position.
They beat the outside edge. They're going up for everything, the Indians, at the moment, asking the question. There's no way they're going to die wondering out there, that's for sure.
Well, there was a noise here, but obviously the bat has hit the ground of Ian Bishop. But the Indians, they've been picking wickets regularly, so obviously very optimistic.
Oh, what a good shot. He smashed that one down the ground, and into the rope it goes. Well, what a good shot that one was. I tell you what, these Indians don't cheer the opposition too much at the moment, Robbie. What's going on out there? It's a great shot. They all went quiet.
A little bit of width there from Anil Kumble, and Curtly Ambrose certainly opened his shoulders there.
Oh, and that's his leg cutter. That slower ball of his. He bowls that with a leg cutter action, and it actually did go out a little bit, and obviously went through slower.
Well, this is a ball he has developed over the last 6 months or so, and he has used it effectively in the last couple of games. Here again, you see him rolling those fingers across the ball and getting it to spin a bit. More importantly, surprise the batsman. But in doing that, Kizar Hayat has asked for the ball.
Yes, I think the problem here is that the batsman is saying that I really am beginning to struggle to see this ball now. The surface is very white, and that ball is blending into the surface. Now, the question is, Will they change it? I suspect they probably will.
Well, Tony, that's a good sign for the West Indian fast bowlers. In fact, when India bat later on, under the lights, and a ball gets roughed up a bit, it'll be interesting to see whether the umpires decide to change it. But for the moment, they haven't. Ball's gone back to Prasad, and Ian Bishop will be on strike.
Yes, well, if they don't change it for the West Indians, then they won't change it for the Indians when they're batting. That's nicely played, but straight to the fieldsman again. That's the difference between the top-class players and the tail-enders. He got that one away off the bat quite well, but it went straight to the fieldsman. That's in the air, and this has got to be all over. Yes, he's gone. That's the end of Ambrose. Kumble taking the catch. He tried to turn it away on the onside again, got a front edge on the ball. It went looping up in the air. It really was a little lollipop for Kumble. He just ran around to his left and took the catch. This is how it happened.
Well, this is the third slower ball in a row from Manoj Prabhakar. Curtly Ambrose looking to play it on the onside, but then that's a slow off break from Prabhakar. Takes the leading edge. Anil Kumble makes no mistake. 162 for 9.
Courtney Walsh is the new batsman. He's a right-hander, and he's a very good bowler, but unfortunately he's not the greatest batsman of all time. That's his average, just over 8. A lot of matches for 259 runs. He's on strike at the moment. And right up there, he's looking for one, and again, well fielded. Prabhakar went across the top of it, and a fieldsman backing up behind him as well. Well, this is the way that Ambrose got out. The leading edge there, high in the air, and no problems at all for Kumble. Watch the ball through the air. Again, a slow delivery. That little off-cutter that Ravi Shastri was talking about. And he's got that one away for 4. Head up it was, and he had a huge hoik towards deep square leg and didn't quite middle it, but managed to get a boundary at last.
Well, Courtney Walsh had chosen a spot here, intended to hit it over mid-wicket, but the ball just didn't come onto the bat. In the end, he had to reach out for it and hit it through square leg.
Over the top, it's going down the ground. This will be out. No, it won't. Over his head. Well, I don't think he picked that up very well. Came charging in and just came in too far. Eventually had to jump up in the air and couldn't get a finger on it.
Well, this was hit flat by Courtney Walsh, and like Tony Gregg said, Srinath coming in a little too quickly, had problems sighting that ball, and in the end, the ball going over his head, but bouncing once, and then over the rope for 4. Well, this really is a good last over for the West Indies.
This is the last ball of their innings now. Can they get one away? Another one away. That's well bowled. They're going to run anyhow, and that's it. They're all out. That's well done. Nayan Mongia getting that one, rolling it along the ground. And so we have another run out. The West Indies all out for 173.
Well, they had to run here once. Courtney Walsh missed the ball, but then Nayan Mongia was accurate with his throw, and Ian Bishop was way out of his ground. So the West Indies all out for 173. A very good effort by the Indians.
Disappointing effort that by the West Indies. Lara may have been unlucky, but for the rest, a very average display. Only Richardson and Chanderpaul getting anything like a score, and that total of 173 all out seemed well below par. From an Indian point of view, of course, it all went totally according to plan, with Srinath and Kumble the pick of an outstanding effort all round.
The number of decibels from that roar would normally be associated with a 4 or 6, but it's India off the mark.
Bit of a streaky stroke down the third man there.
fielded. Still get a single, but that's a good save.
It's that man, Chandrapal, again. Excellent young cricketer. That certainly would have gone before if it had gone past him. Very fast outfield.
And that is what the West Indies needed. Straight away, Curtly Ambrose has found the inside edge. Now, will that lift them enough? It should do. It's 2 for 1, and 1 over is gone.
Well, they certainly needed early success, the West Indies, and this was a good delivery. That perfect off-stump line again. Jadeja not really moving across enough, getting an inside edge, and the timber is disturbed. It's 2 for 1, India.
Navjot Sidhu has come out to join Sachin Tendulkar. Tendulkar will have a strike. That was the last ball of the over when Ambrose took the wicket. Courtney Walsh.
Curtly Ambrose certainly looked a bit fired up when he went out there for that first over. And he gave the West Indies exactly what they needed. Quick breakthrough.
That's a good shot. Classic stroke. Real touch of class about that.
Well, anything slightly offline is going to be punished by this man. We saw him against Kenya. That ball just tending to slip a bit down the leg side and put away for 4.
We'll see nothing better than that this evening. May not see much better than it in the rest of the World Cup. That was a glorious stroke. It's 13 for 1. This is the shot.
A beautiful shot by Tendulkar. Well balanced on the back foot. Started to come forward first and went back. Very well balanced and just punched it straight back down the pitch.
350s from 100. They'll put him down. What a great effort. But it goes down as a chance. And it might be a rather dangerous one.
Brilliant effort this by Shivnai Chandrapal. Technically, definitely a chance, but it would have been a beauty if he had held on to it.
Beautiful delivery. Wonderful piece of bowling from Curtly Ambrose. This might be his night. It's not been Sidhu's nor Jadeja's either. 15 for 2.
Beautiful delivery from Curtly Ambrose. Well pitched up again. Bit of movement off the seam. Perfect line, and that's the end of Navjot Singh Sidhu. Ambrose celebrates. It's 15 for 2, India.
15 for 2 now, and we're only into the 5th over. Mohammad Azharuddin is the new batsman, the Indian skipper. He's made over 5,000 runs in this competition, and although they're only chasing a small target this evening, they've got it all to do. This is the man who's the problem. Wonderful talent. And Curtly might be thinking the same thing. 24 for 2. 5 overs gone in all. Now it's Courtney Walsh from the railway end. Azharuddin's in on the act as well.
Well, that's not where you bowl to Mohammed Azharuddin, not on his legs. When you bowl in very close to the legs, that's what happens. You find yourself being dispatched to the boundary quite comfortably.
So how many venues now in India, top-class venues with lights, Sonny?
Well, Calcutta's got one. Chandigarh's installing lights. Bombay's installing lights.
Chance here. Keeper's getting under it. Oh, and what a drop.
Well, Ian, if the shot was poor, the catching was even poorer. Sachin Tendulkar with very little movement of the feet, trying to pull the ball. And here Courtney Brown making a hash of what should have been a simple catch.
No, he wasn't saying a prayer. In fact, if anything, he might have been doing a little bit of cursing behind those gloves. I think part of the problem came because the keeper and the fieldsman involved were a little unsure of who was going to take it at first, and it was a late decision, and the keeper never ever got it in the middle of the gloves, Courtney Brown. As they're making them pay. That's a fine shot.
Mohammad Azharuddin showing that he can play equally well on the offside. He's very good on the onside. That's a full-blooded square cut.
Oh, well played, beautifully played, lovely placement. Into the gap and all the way to the fence. There's absolutely no point in bowling anywhere near leg stump to either of these two. They are very strong in that area.
Well, no problem at all here for the little man. An attempted yorker from Otis Gibson, drifting towards leg stump. And Sachin Tendulkar picking up that gap beautifully on the onside. 4 runs the moment it left the bat.
Second, that's a good throw, but Sachin Tendulkar was comfortably home.
Well, he really has run aggressively in this innings. Every time the ball has been played on the onside into the deep, Tendulkar has been quick to run that first run quickly and then coming back quite comfortably in the end, in spite of a good throw from the outfield.
Nicely played, short delivery, late cut down to third man.
Well, he kept his eyes on the ball to the very last minute, Sachin Tendulkar, and that's the reason why he could play that shot. This banged-in shot by Otis Gibson. 4 matches Sachin Tendulkar has played in Gwalior, an average of 27.
Well, that's going to go for 4. Over-pitched, and it's gone whistling away down to fine leg. That's beautifully played. That was played with an angled bat. The man on the fence was pretty square, and it resulted in 4. 75 for 2. Tendulkar has gone to 38. Mohammad Azharuddin on 25. Bishop is going to continue. Oh, beautifully played off the back foot. That'll go for 4 too. This outfield is very quick. Sachin Tendulkar is on fire. Beautiful, elegant back foot cover drive all the way for 4.
Well, there haven't been too many better shots than this played all day today. Tendulkar standing up on that back foot and smashing it through the covers. Look at the follow through there. The fielder at mid-off had absolutely no chance of stopping it.
5 balls to Tendulkar so far. He's beginning to get nice and settled out there. Oh, well played again. That's magnificently played. What a beautiful shot. Just short of a length. Just giving him enough room and time to get it away on the onside into the gap. Have a look at this.
2 glorious cricketing shots, one through the covers, and have a look at this one through mid-wicket. Rolling his wrist there, Sachin Tendulkar, finding the gap wide of mid-on.
Azharuddin and Tendulkar at the crease, and both of them batting quite well indeed.
Things are running away from you, then nothing will go your way. There's a good thick edge.
Just about where second slip would have been, but I don't think Richard Richardson can afford to have 2 slips in at this stage.
92 for 2 and 20 overs gone. 4.6 the rate at the moment. They don't need anything like that. They're moving along very, very smoothly. Roger Harper will bowl to Mohammad Azharuddin. 21st over.
Slight misfield there by Roger Harper. Not something that you're accustomed to seeing from Roger Harper. Very experienced cricketer as well. Been around for quite some time. 82 wickets in 95 matches, but he'll now be bowling to Tendulkar, who is on 49.
The sort of thing you see Roger Harper do very often. First of all, misfield, then lose his run. There'll just be a little bit of twitching going on out there. There's the half-century for Tendulkar. Rapturous applause, and it has been a delightful innings. Real little cameo.
50 off just 6 to 7 balls. He certainly hasn't wasted any time, Tendulkar. Just a delicate push in front of square.
174 to win. In the air, and there's a man out there. Courtney Walsh. Got it. Well, Mohammad Azharuddin will be very annoyed about that. Rank long hop. He's smashed it straight down the ground, straight into the hands of the waiting fielder.
Not a very good shot at all from Mohammad Azharuddin. I would have thought he would have tried to pull it a bit squarer, but he hit it straight down the ground, right to long on. Courtney Walsh taking the catch. It's 94 for 3.
Vinod Kambli, the new batsman, left-hander, 94 for 3. Not many runs to play with there, but if anyone can do it for the West Indies, it's the man who picked up those 2 early wickets, Curtly Ambrose. Bowled magnificently out there, even had Tendulkar in trouble once or twice, and I reckon he's got to come back straight away. A pretty good record, Vinod Kambli. 63 matches. They haven't got the same age and experience as Sachin Tendulkar, but hasn't done quite as well. This is why he's out there.
I think Mohammad Azharuddin was expecting that ball perhaps to spin a bit more than it did, so he could have hit it over the mid-wicket region. Didn't quite come into him as much as he thought, and he ended up just pulling it to long on. He knew he had played a bad shot even before the ball had gotten there. Courtney Walsh taking the catch.
Brilliant. Oh dear. Not only the bowler was looking on the offside for it, but he just whipped it the last fraction of a second with that roll of the wrist.
Played that off the length, certainly not the line. It was well wide of off stump, but because it was short enough, he just flicked it onto the onside.
Courtney Walsh is the fielder. He's got no throwing arm. And no pickup power at the moment either.
Well, a well-timed push by Tendulkar, which has brought up the 100 for India. Good footwork there by Tendulkar again, getting to the pitch and just gently stroking it down to long on. Not too many batsmen these days you see using their feet like this. Full face of the bat.
Get one for the throw there, back from Courtney Brown.
Well, that's beautifully played away over the top of Roger Hopper's head, thunders into the fence for 4. Well, he can play the pull shot all right. That was short, and he smashed it.
And it certainly will do his confidence no harm at all, because that's a very, very positive shot. The West Indians believe, and to a certain extent they are right, that pinging it in short to Vinod Kambli is causing him problems. He had problems against them in the test matches, but this is a very positive shot from Vinod Kambli.
Lovely story. And that one too is pulled away on the onside, into the gap this time, in front of square. Well, he's hit one over the top of the backward square leg set for 4. And that one just a little bit short again from Ambrose, and he's pulled him in front of square this time for 4, and they're loving it.
And I'm sure Vinod Kambli himself is loving it. Look at the way he's getting onto the front foot. That can get him into a little bit of trouble if the ball bounces a little bit more than he anticipates. But he's pivoting very, very nicely. That balance very good when he's actually connecting the ball. So with those 2 boundaries, Vinod Kambli must be feeling pretty pleased with his form.
Well, they've put a fielder right in that spot now. They've got 3 on the onside. And that's him. That's also the end of the over. 119 for 3. Around about 30,000. Thereabouts, Sonny, you reckon, in the ground this evening?
Yes, I'd imagine so, about 30,000. They've increased the capacity of this ground over the last couple of seasons.
Oh, beautifully played. Oh, that's a magnificent shot. He's used his feet, and he's got it through everybody. There are about 3 gaps he had to find there. The inner circle gap, and then, of course, the mid-on ran around as well. Just watch this timing.
Yes, also the footwork. Everything in the West Indian lingo would have been sweet, sweet, sweet.
As you can see, 3 men coming into the action there. 8 fours in his innings so far. 49 to win. Tendulkar on 70. Oh, this is going to be a mix-up. He's gone by miles. It's all over. Yes, give him out. That's all over. He's out by miles. No need for a replay there. He's come way down the pitch and got sent back by Kambli. That's the end of that. I think he realises it too.
Yes, I think it was really uncalled for. It was, in a sense, Tendulkar's call. because he had played the ball finer. He knew exactly where it was. And there you can see that's a big blow to India. Sachin Tendulkar run out by a fair distance. And that is the fourth Indian wicket gone for 125.
.125 for 4, 28.2 overs have been bowled. Manoj Prabhakar is the new batsman. He's a right-hander, and that's his performance so far. Lots and lots of experience. 2 centuries, 11 50s. And he's out there because the man himself has been run out. Roland Holder really did well. Went screaming away to his right, picked it up. Don't know what was going on out there. I can only assume that Campbell started to come because it was his call. It was played behind square. It was the non-striker's call. He started to come. Tendulkar came as well. There must have been a stutter. And for some reason, Tendulkar took a long time to turn around. That's well bowled. Right, let's see if this tells the story.
Yes, Tendulkar playing the ball fine, using the turn and then asking for Kamble to come down, then finding him not responding.
Yes, I think what happened there is that I think Tendulkar got the no, and he seemed to be saying, come on, it's easy. Let's have another look. Just watch his reaction here.
Yes, and I think it was Tendulkar's call because he knew exactly where the ball was going, at what speed. And considering that they have played so much cricket together, this must be a rare case of misunderstanding between the two of them. Normally they don't even call. And they just run, they look at each other and they just run.
That one's played away square on the onside. They'll get one here and they'll settle for 1-2. Well, 5 runs and a wicket off that over, a vital wicket at that. 126 for 4. He's got him, he's caught and bowled. That's a vital wicket. He's trying to hit the ball straight back down the ground, and Roger Harper, who's had a nightmare just recently with his caught and bowls, has latched onto the one that mattered.
Manoj Prabhakar perhaps seeing both the mid-off and mid-on in the circle. Wanted to go for the big one, but he got a little too close to the ball. And although the ball popped out of Roger Harper's hands, he made no mistake on the rebound. That's the 5th Indian wicket gone for 127.
Well, suddenly India making it a bit more difficult than it really should be at 127 for 5. Lost 3 wickets in fairly quick succession there after Curtly Ambrose had taken 2 early wickets. That one's got away to fine leg for 4. I'm not sure whether it's hit anything on the way through.
Well, this boundary will certainly ease the pressure on the Indians, because runs weren't coming easily, and moment Roger Harper here drifted towards leg stump. Nicely played by Nayan Mongia. Late, turning the face of the blade there, using his wrists and getting the placement right. One suddenly senses the pressure building up, with West Indies getting those 3 wickets quickly, especially the one of Tendulkar through that run out.
That's an excellent shot. Has a good strike rate in one-day cricket. Mongia showing there why it's a good strike rate.
You could see Otis Gibson disappointed there, and rightly so. He's pitched this one on leg stump to Nayan Mongia, and most of these Indian batsmen very strong off their legs.
That's an excellent shot.
Nicely played here by the left-hander. Roger Harper, seeing calmly coming down the track, pushes it in quicker, but the only mistake here, he's given a little bit of width. Calmly's waited on it and placed it through the offside. Just eased it through point there, 4 runs.
He goes over the top on this occasion. No one in the outfield. 2 successive boundaries to Cumley. India 146 for 5. I think we're seeing one of the big differences in these two sides, particularly that last over. 2 successive 4s to Cambly, playing the off-spinner pretty well, whereas the West Indies struggled once they got down to that middle order. Really struggled against the spin of Anil Kumble. In fact, they just had no answer to the leg spinner at all, whereas the Indian batsmen handling the spin a lot better than the West Indies lower order batsmen.
Absolutely right, Ian. Indians not afraid to use their feet and give the spinner the charge. This occasion here, Mongia opening the face of the blade and picking up 2 important runs.
Once again, nicely timed. They'll take the extra run as Courtney Walsh can't throw. That's the 150 up.
So after that mild hiccup when India lost 3 wickets in quick succession, these 2 batsmen here consolidating.
So with India needing just 20 more runs for victory, a victory that would take them to 2 points in the competition. Crowd really coming alive now, becoming extremely animated. And the torches being shown almost all the way around the outer section of this ground. They've been a good crowd. It's been a full house, and they've really enjoyed it. They've been in a festive mood, and I think they've really given the seal of success to night cricket in this part of the world. The crowd have enjoyed themselves. One last chance for the West Indies, and Vinod Kambly with a 6.
Well, Curtly Ambrose is welcome to the bowling crease with a magnificent shot by Vinod Kambly. He's picked that up very quickly and smashed it in front of mid-wicket for 6.
Oh, he's bowled him a beamer. Well, he's apologising for it. It's quite damp out there. That was what they call a hand-to-head. That's one you don't want, Robbie.
Well, he apologized there to Vinod Kambly. Good job, Kambly wasn't in the way, because that certainly would have knocked his head off. This one slipping out of Curtly Ambrose's hand and bang on target.
Richie Richardson at extra cover. That's a leg spinner. That's down the ground for 4. The score's a level. He picked it and just whacked it down the ground.
Well, the field is in, and Momin and Mongia picked the slower one from Otis Gibson. He knew exactly where he was going to hit it. Over mid-off for 4 runs. So India needing just that 1 run now to finish this game.
Yes, they may as well all come in now and save the 1. Mongia on strike. 1 run to win. It's the no ball. That's it. Through for the single, and India have won their second match. This has been a fantastic game. The atmosphere in this ground has been absolutely sensational.